All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm excited for today because we are going deep
Neat.
on something I think a lot of people are really interested in,
Yeah.
and that is digital real estate.
Oh, yeah.
It's a hot topic.
It is a hot topic, and it's something I think people are hearing a lot about,
Absolutely.
but they're not really sure what it is or how it works.
Right.
So that's what we're going to do
Exactly.
today. We're going to really just break it down.
Totally.
So, we have a bunch of different sources for this episode.
Yeah.
And I will say that none of them are super specific on any one thing, but they're all kind of circling around the same idea.
Right.
And so we're going to try and synthesize all of that, and I think we can come up with some really interesting stuff.
I think so, too.
So
Yeah.
when you hear the term digital real estate, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Well, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head earlier when you said it's
Right.
like real estate but online,
Right.
right? And I think that's the best way to think about it.
Because, with real estate, you buy a property, you develop it, you improve it, and then ideally you either sell it or you rent it out for a profit. And that's kind of the same concept with digital real estate.
Okay.
You're building something, you're owning something in the digital world that you can then use to generate income.
So can you give me like
Yeah.
a specific example?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of what?
So let's say you love, vintage board games.
Okay.
You could build a website all about vintage board games.
Yeah.
You could fill it with, reviews of different games. You could have articles on the history of board games. Maybe you could even have a forum where people can connect and talk about board games.
Okay.
And then you can monetize that website through things like advertising, affiliate marketing, or even selling board games yourself.
So it's kind of like building a store.
Exactly,
Yep.
but in the digital world.
In the digital world, yeah.
Exactly.
And so I'm curious, why do you think this is such a hot topic right now?
I think it's for a couple of reasons. For one, I think the pandemic really accelerated the shift to the digital world.
Okay.
People were stuck at home. They were spending more time online. And I think that really opened people's eyes to the possibilities of making money online. And then I think the other big factor is this rise of the creator economy.
Yeah.
More and more people are realizing that they don't have to rely on a traditional 9-to-5 job to make a living.
Right.
They can create their own content. They can build their own businesses, and they can reach a global audience online.
Yeah, and I think it really ties into that dream of passive income.
Oh, absolutely.
Which, we need to be careful about because it's not really passive.
Right.
You do have to put in a lot of work up front.
Exactly.
The idea is that you build something once.
Right.
And then it can continue to generate income for you even when you're not actively working on it.
Exactly. Think of it like writing an ebook, right? You put in the work to write and edit the ebook, but then once it's published, it can potentially sell thousands of copies without you having to do any additional work.
Yeah.
So you're earning money while you sleep, essentially.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
But the real question is how do you actually get started with this?
Yeah.
That's
the $1 million question.
Because I was looking through all the sources.
Yeah.
And none of them were super specific on that.
I know they kind of danced around it a little bit.
Yeah. They were a bit light.
Yeah. A bit light.
On those details.
Yeah.
But I think we can come up to some ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. I think... So one obvious one is building a niche website like we talked about with the board games.
Okay.
Finding something that you're passionate about, that you have some knowledge in, and that there's an audience for.
Yeah. And so for someone who's listening, who's like, okay, I want to do this.
Right.
How do they know, what a good niche is?
That's a great question. I think the best niches are ones that combine your passion with profitability.
Okay.
So it's something that you're genuinely interested in because you're going to be spending a lot of time creating content about it.
Right.
But it also needs to be something that has the potential to generate income. So for example...
Yeah, there are tons of people who are passionate about,
right.
I don't know, collecting stamps or something like that.
Yeah.
But, is that something that you can actually...
Is there a market for that?
Build a business around?
Yeah, exactly. So, doing your research is really important.
Okay, so niche website. That's one idea.
That's one idea. What about online courses? Have you ever thought about creating an online course?
I mean, I have, but I don't know.
It's a great way to...
What I would teach.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
What are you good at? What do you know a lot about?
Yeah, that's true.
And it could be anything. It could be a professional skill. It could be a hobby. It could be anything.
Okay.
And there are so many platforms now that make it really easy to create and sell online courses.
What are some examples?
So there's Udemy. there's Skillshare, there's Teachable.
Okay.
And these platforms, they handle all the technical stuff for you, so you can just focus on creating great content.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So online courses, that's another
Another option.
option. You mentioned building online communities
Yes.
earlier.
Yes.
How does that tie into digital real estate?
So I think online communities are interesting because they're not necessarily about selling a product.
Okay.
It's more about creating a space where people with shared interests can connect and engage.
Okay.
So, for example, let's say you're really passionate about, I don't know, a sustainable living.
Oh, wow.
You could create an online community for people who are also interested in sustainable living. And then you could provide value to that community by sharing tips and resources,
Yeah.
hosting workshops, and just creating a space where people can connect and support each other.
And so how do you actually monetize that?
So there are a few different ways you could do that. You could offer paid memberships.
Yeah.
It could charge for access to exclusive content or events.
Okay.
You could also partner with brands to do sponsored content or giveaways.
So it's almost like you're not selling a product, you're selling
You're selling access.
access to a community
Exactly.
and expertise.
Exactly. And I think that's really valuable to people.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's a lot of different ways to get involved in this digital real estate world.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not just one thing.
No, it's not a one-size-fits-all.
It's this whole landscape.
It's a whole ecosystem.
Yeah, it's something that I think, anyone can potentially do.
Yeah, I agree.
But it does take work.
Oh, absolutely. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. You have to put in the time and effort to build something valuable.
Yeah, you have to research, you have to learn.
Exactly.
You have to be willing to adapt.
Yeah, you have to be patient.
But I think the potential is there.
Oh, absolutely. The potential is huge.
All right, so to wrap things up,
Yeah.
I'm curious, if you could build any digital property,
Ooh,
what would it be?
that's a great question.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, I would love to build a platform that connects people with local sustainable food sources.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like a farmer's market, but online,
Yeah.
where you can find local farmers and producers in your area and order directly from them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool.
See, and that's something that I think,
Yeah,
you're passionate about.
exactly.
It's something that could be helpful for people.
Right.
And it's something that could potentially
It has the potential to be profitable.
be profitable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we want people to think about.
Ah.
What's something that you're passionate about?
Yeah.
What's a problem that you could solve?
Yeah.
What kind of digital property could you create?
What kind of value could you provide?
Yeah.
Because that's really what it's all about.
And remember, the best time to start building is now.
Now, exactly.
Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been another Deep Dive.
Deep dive.
We'll catch you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.